Michigan football just got some great news and may have even solved their biggest problem. Let's talk about it. My name's Paul. Together with my buddy Aaron, we are the Big Ten guys. Tune in every day for the latest Big Ten news, insights, analysis. If you're a fan of Michigan or any Big Ten football team, this is the channel for you. So don't miss out. Take just a quick second. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Got a lot more Michigan and Big Ten content coming. Before I get going, I want you to do something for me. Drop me your takes on the Michigan games in the comments. What were you excited about? What do you think they did well against Wisconsin? What do you think they struggled with? What frustrated you? We always love to hear from you guys, and I will do my best to respond to you. And then just don't forget, you can also give me your comments on. I want to hear some USC predictions for next week and what your thoughts are about that game as well. But coming into this game, I think Michigan's biggest problem was the wide receiver position. And even this week, like you see, Fred Moore leaves the program. He just wasn't doing anything. Samaj has really struggled with drops. Goodwin has struggled with drops. I think McCauley had been the best for sure, but even he, I feel like, was not quite what I had been hoping for. But it felt like maybe they solved that problem today. Donovan McCauley, just a monster game. That touchdown in the second half, that drive in the second half, the one where he just straight up mosses the guy and somehow, some way gets that toe in bounds. And then I can't remember if it was the play after or two plays after, but takes a slant over the middle. For 99% of receivers in the country, that was a 6 or 7 yard gain, but he spins out of it, takes it to the corner of the end zone, and gets in the end zone. That was an awesome play. Great to see Donovan McCauley making big-time plays like that. And then as well, Andrew Marsh finally got some action today. I know I had talked on the show this past week about how I felt like coming out of the bye, Andrew Marsh was going to play a bigger role in this offense, and you got to see it today. He had 4 catches for 80 yards. I think it was all in the first half. But he just, I know he's probably not the blocker that some of these other guys are. He's probably still trying to learn the playbook a little bit. But you can just see if not number 2 behind McCauley, he might even be the most talented receiver on this team. The dude just is an amazing athlete. He can beat you over the top. He can make big plays, like going up and getting it. He's great in space. He's quick. He's shifty. He gets open. I really want to see them continue to try to find ways to get him the ball. And as far as Samaj goes, I love Samaj. He's been a fun player, but he just, I think at this point, I think we finally just have to admit, he is what he is. He's never going to be an 8 catch for 100 yard. He's never going to be a 6 for 112 and a touchdown like McCauley. He's a guy. He's best served. Maybe you bring him in here and there for a special package, give him an end around, fake an end around as a way to draw the defense away as you just run it up with Justice Haynes. Give him the occasional screen pass, but he's not an every down possession receiver, and I just don't think he's ever going to be. And the drops with him are brutal. He had another one today that, I think at the end of the first half, if he catches that slant, and he probably gets up to about the 20 there, I think Michigan calls a timeout and tries to get in field goal range. But after his drop, it was clear that they were going to just run out the clock and go to the second half. And then Bredesen, I think, had a big drop in this game. The drops are still a struggle, which is a shame because, as you can see here, that was one of the things they wanted to work on during the bye, is not having the drops. And I do feel like it's probably going to be something we see quite a bit this first season with Bryce Underwood. And the fact of the matter is, the dude just throws fast. There are very few quarterbacks, college or NFL, who have the kind of zip that he has on the football. And I do think sometimes he's got to work on putting a little more touch on these passes. But at the same time, some of these slants and these seams and these throws to the outside, like him putting zip on the ball is not a bad thing. I remember it with Cade McNamara. It was like every throw to the sidelines, I had to hold my breath that it was going to be a pick six because the ball floated there for 4 seconds. And same thing, so many slants you see in college football get batted down or they like can't get past the linebackers. But the way that Bryce can just throw that 90-mile-an-hour fastball in there, that is a skill, and Michigan receivers just have to get better at catching it. But at the same time, some of these throws down the field, and not to say every throw, like he had a nice touch pass to McCulley. I think it was in the fourth quarter. You see it there, here and there. But then the one, I think it was Kendrick Bell who reached up and tried to bring it down and couldn't quite bring it down. Like there was nobody within 20 yards of Kendrick Bell there. Like there's no need to throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Should Kendrick Bell have brought it down? Maybe, probably. But I think if there's just even a tiny bit of loft on that, he brings it down and it's maybe a 30, 40-yard gain if he can run with it after the catch. And that's, Bryce is a freshman. He's just going to have to learn to put a little more touch on certain passes and find the right time to throw the 90-mile-an-hour fastball and then to throw the changeup. And I think what we've seen with Bryce is that he's incredibly coachable. Like, I know some people like to make Joe Milton comparisons because Joe Milton is another one who could the guy just throws laser beams. But you see him in the NFL, and he's still doing that. He still doesn't throw touch passes. He still looks like he's trying to break his receiver's hands every single throw. And I feel like you can see already that Bryce Underwood can be coached. He's working on it. He does it here and there, and I think he's going to get better at that. And hopefully some of these drops like you saw from Kendrick Bell turn into receptions. But anyways, I do think we need to keep getting the ball to McCulley and Marsh. Those are the two who've shown they're going to catch the majority of passes thrown their way. And then I'd love to see more, especially once Hogan Hanson's healthy. I'd love to see more two tight end sets, Marsh and McCulley at receiver, Haynes in the backfield. You can run it out of those. You can hit your tight ends on the seams. You got your skilled receivers on the outside. I think that would be Michigan's ideal offense. And then one more bit of good news I wanted to talk about is Rod Moore's pick today. I was so hyped about that. I felt so bad for Rod Moore because out of all the people who won the national championship, he was the one who came back. He probably, he wasn't going to be a first-round pick, but he would have been maybe a day 2 pick. Easily could have gone pro, but he wanted to do another season at Michigan, tore his ACL. You hate to see a kid get punished for wanting to finish out his college career. So cool to see him playing again, and so cool to see him get a big pick in his first game back in the big house. I was super hyped about that, and they're going to need him. I still have some questions about Michigan's secondary. Did not love seeing Vinny Anthony and Hunter Simmons have the success they did because, frankly, they're not good. Wisconsin is not a good football team. Maybe they're getting better, and I don't think this was a bad win by any means. But like Jaden Mayava at USC has been arguably the best quarterback in the country this year, and Mekhi Lemon, their receiver, has arguably been the best receiver. So they're going to need the whole secondary, but especially Rod Moore, on their A game next week. So drop me your predictions on that. What do you think is going to happen? And don't forget to give me your analysis of today's game. And then also just like and subscribe on your way out. We'll catch you with some more Michigan content probably later this week.